Good morning, girls. No, Meredith, there was no Latin in the joy drop this morning. This morning I went boring and just did all English. I got so many messages yesterday from people saying, well, it actually meant something. I'm just lucky it meant something okay and not something terrible. It would have been awful. All right, girls. Well, it's July 3rd, almost the holiday. All right. The sayings of Agur, Proverbs 31 through 33. Let me see, I gotta get adjusted here. The sayings of Agur, son of Jacob, contains this message. I am weary, O God. I am weary and worn out, O God. I am too stupid to be human, and I lack common sense. I have not mastered human wisdom, nor do I know the Holy One. Who but God goes up to heaven and comes back down? Who holds the wind in his fists? Who wraps up the oceans in his cloak? Who has created the whole wide world? What is his name and his son's name? Tell me if you know. Every word of God proves true. He is a shield to all who come to him for protection. Do not add to his words, or he may rebuke you and expose you as a liar. O God, I beg two favors from you. Let me have them before I die. First, help me never tell a lie. Second, give me neither poverty nor riches. Give me just enough to satisfy my needs. For if I grow rich, I may deny you and say, who is the Lord? And if I am too poor, I may steal and thus insult God's holy name. Never slander a worker to the employer, or the person will curse you and you will pay for it. Some people curse their father and do not thank their mother. They are pure in their own eyes, but they are filthy and unwashed. They look proudly around, casting disdainful glances. They have teeth like swords and fangs like knives. They devour the poor from the earth and the needy from among humanity. The leech has two suckers that cry out, more, more. There are three things that are never satisfied. No, four that never say enough: the grave, the barren womb, the thirsty desert, the blazing fire. The eye that mocks a father will despise a mother's instructions, and despises a mother's instructions will be plucked out by ravens of the valley and eaten by the vultures. There are three things that amaze me. No, four things that I don't understand. How an eagle glides through the sky, how a snake slithers on a rock, how a ship navigates the ocean, and how a man loves a woman. An adulterous woman consumes a man, then wipes her mouth and says, what's wrong with that? There are three things that make the earth tremble. No, four it cannot endure: a slave who becomes a king, an overbearing fool who prospers, a bitter woman who finally gets a husband, or a servant girl who supplants her mistress. There are four things on earth that are small but unusually wise. Ants. They aren't strong, but they store up food all summer. Hyraxes. They aren't powerful, but they make their home among the rocks. Locusts. They have no king, but they march in formation. Lizards. They are easy to catch, but they are found even in kings' palaces. There are three things that walk with stately stride, no, four that strut about: the lion, king of animals, who won't turn aside for anything; the strutting rooster; the male goat, a king as he leads his army. If you have been a fool by being proud or plotting evil, cover your mouth in shame. As the beating of cream yields butter, and striking the nose causes bleeding, so stirring up anger causes quarrels. The sayings of King Lemuel, Proverbs 31, 1 through 9. The sayings of King Lemuel contain this message which his mother taught him. O my son, O son of my womb, O son of my vows, do not waste your strength on women, on those who ruin kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, to guzzle wine. Rulers should not crave alcohol, for if they drink, they may forget the law and not give justice to the oppressed. Alcohol is for the dying, and wine for those in bitter distress. Let them drink to forget their poverty and remember their troubles no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those being crushed. Yes, speak up for the poor and helpless and see that they get justice. A wife of noble character, Proverbs 31, 10 through 31. Who can find a I'm going to start over. We can all find a virtual wife because they're all over the internet. But virtuous is different. Let's start that verse again. Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband can trust her, and she will greatly enrich his life. She brings him good and not harm all the days of her life. She finds wool and flax and busily spins it. She is like a merchant's ship, bringing her food from afar. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household and plan the day's work for her servant girls. She goes to inspect a field and buys it. With her earnings, with her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She does not use her earrings to do so. With her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She is energetic and strong, a hard worker. She makes sure her dealings are profitable. Her lamp burns late into the night. Her hands are busy spinning thread, her fingers twisting fiber. She extends a helping hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. She has no fear of winter for her household, for everyone has warm clothes. She makes her own bedspreads. She dresses in fine linen and purple gowns. Her husband is well known at the city gates, where he sits with the other civic leaders. She makes belted linen garments and sashes to sell to the merchants. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. When she speaks, her words are wise, and she gives instruction with kindness. She carefully watches everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness. Her children stand and bless her. Her husband praises her. There are many virtuous and capable women in the world, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty does not last, but a woman who fears the Lord will be greatly praised. Reward her for all she has done. Let her deeds publicly declare her praise. Yes. Hop on the internet, Sarah, and find yourself a virtual wife who can plant a vineyard with only her earrings. I did pass first grade, but sometimes my reading abilities say otherwise. All right, we are on page 83 of Pots, Pans, and Prophecies. We are promised if we keep our minds in tune with and on God, keeping revelation knowledge of Him in the forefront of our thoughts, that He will guard and keep our minds in a constant state of peace. We are instructed to trust the Lord, and trust comes easily when our mind is continually on God. We are to commit to Him our ways, lean on Him for assurance and power to carry out our commitment to Him, and hope in Him for all things. How can we do that? Because He is the unchanging, immovable, everlasting God and our eternal Rock of Ages. He has promised that He will never leave us or forsake us. When we are constantly walking in the awareness of God's strength, character, and ability and love for us, we have perfect and constant peace, and trust in Him comes easily. Read Jeremiah 17, 7-8. These verses also assure us that our trust in God brings great benefits. Most blessed is the man who believes in, trusts in, and relies on the Lord, and whose hope and confidence is in the Lord. For he shall be like a tree planted by the waters, that spreads out its roots by the river, and it shall not see and fear when heat comes, but its leaf shall be green. It shall not be anxious and full of care in the year of drought, nor shall it cease yielding fruit. This passage reminds us that we are blessed when we trust God, and our hope and our hope and our confidence are always in Him. We are assured that we will be stable and strong when trouble comes, because our roots and foundation are in God. We will not fear when the heat of trials surrounds us. We will not be filled with dread or worry when problems arise, and none of these things will prevent us from bearing fruit in our journey with God. My confidence and trust must be in God and not in my own strength. In our walk of obedience, it is imperative that we do not rely on our own talents, strengths, or abilities. Our confidence must be in Him and His power working through us. If we are blessed with talents, we must remember He has allowed us to have them, and they are His gift to use through our obedience to bless the body of Christ. If we become dependent on our strengths, talents, and abilities and enjoy some measure of success in ministry, we open ourselves up to pride and become vulnerable to the enemy. Our confidence and hope must be in God alone, and all glory must go to Him. This prevents pride from being our downfall. My confidence and trust in God will enable me to overcome my fear of failure. All right, I'll stop there. All right, girls. That's devotions for today. Oh, covered in hair. My family won't let me vacuum the floor. So we're going to have dog hair on our floor for all of eternity because they refuse to let me vacuum up Bessie's hair. So I'm still going to have dog hair on my pants. I got new pants. I like them. All right, girls. Well, what time is it? I could go live and make some breakfast, I suppose. I cannot possibly eat what's on the internet, on the menu, not the internet, on the menu this morning because I absolutely hate it. I can't eat it. It's peanut powered oats. I cannot stand them. Nope. Not going to make the peanut powered oats. Not my jam. So I could make something else fruity. A star-spangled dessert. I could do that. I know. I don't know why I put that on the menu like 4 times because I hate it. Why did I do that, Susan? I wrote the menu and I cannot stand that. I love peanut butter and I love oatmeal, but I do not like that recipe. I could do a star-spangled dessert. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, though. Tomorrow morning. I am getting ready to do a live workshop filming today at 11, where I'm going to make some fruity summer flip-flop worthy drinks. And I have to get ready for that. But I do need some breakfast. I'm not hungry even remotely, but I do need something. So maybe I could think of something to make this morning. I kind of just want a yogurt parfait. I could do a red, white, and blue yogurt. I don't have any blueberries. I can't do. Yes, I do. I could do a red, white, and blue blueberry yogurt parfait. That sounds good. I'll go live and we'll slap something together and it'll be red, white, and blue because why not? All right, girls. I love you all so much. I hope you join me for breakfast if I can get my butt up and get live. And oh, you guys, really, I love the Plant Strong dressing. I love Shirley called it the plant powered dressing. The Plant Strong. Oh my gosh. I put that on everything. I love that stuff. I could do dry oats. Crispy quinoa. That sounds horrible. Quinoa granola. I don't think I have any. I'd have to make quinoa from scratch. I ain't in the mood. I might just use dry oats. I could make some granola. We could make some granola and then make yogurt parfaits with. Do I have any already made granola? That would make life easier. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We might just slap yogurt and berries in a bowl and call it a recipe. All right, girls. I'll see you live in a few minutes after I gather myself and figure out what it is I'm going to actually make. I love you all. I hope to see you there. If I don't, I'll see you all back tomorrow for devotions. Love you guys.